You all right, mate? Just one of your inner thoughts here. Don't worry, the rest of the boys will be along soon enough to shower you with disappointment and doubt, but I thought I'd get in nice and early. Yeah, you don't know what you're doing, really, which is a shame, because creatively, I think you've got potential, but just no way to execute
there you are.
it.
Mate, we need to buy a gimbal. I've just realised this film needs more dynamic camera moves. We need to buy a gimbal. I've just realised this film.
Do you ever just send your mind into absolute chaos, thinking about all the stuff you might not even fully know how to use, for your film to even come close to the cinematic masterpiece that you have built up in your head? Because I have, and I'm going to tell you, the first thing you need to do is use less stuff. Because it could actually just be getting in the way of the most important element to your film.
So what do I mean when I say use less? Well, I mean exactly that, use less shit, because the reality for most of us out there is you're going to be making this film by yourself. Best case scenario, you get a couple of mates. Worst case scenario, it's that one mate who's just, I don't know, just like there's something a bit off about him. Do you know what I mean? There's something that's a bit strange.
Alright. Were you talking about me?
No. Look, having all the gear is going to completely overwhelm you with options, to the point where it's going to cause you so much stress, you're going to forget what your film's even about. You know, there's a reason why film sets employ loads and loads of people, you know, to set up and operate all of this stuff. And to be honest, this is like a fraction of what they would use. And the lights are way bigger, but, you know, you get the idea. Mate, I mean, you're more than welcome to try and do it all by yourself, but I'm telling you, once one of your actors tries to find you to talk about your film, you're just gonna have nothing for them. It's basically gonna feel like someone's trying to do the washing up inside your melon.
I can feel bits of my brain falling away like a wet cake.
So if you are planning on making your film all by yourself, then all the lights, gimbals, drones, it's just adding more things to get in the way of what's truly, no, crucially important to good filmmaking, which is, where is it? There it is. And what do I mean by story first? Yeah, just films that basically prioritize telling a good story first, as opposed to a film that has a mediocre story because their main focus is on how cinematic and cool it can look. A bit like this t-shirt, for instance. It's the very definition of the word cinematic. Look at it. Look at the way it moves. Look at the handcrafted drawing that I personally drew myself and I thought was good enough to stick on a t-shirt. But guess what? You can also buy it, because I set up a shop where you can buy it.
And despite all this, when you get past the pretty image, the subject matter itself, there's not a lot to it or them, to be honest.
Basically, this person I'm talking about is so thick that it took them 8 weeks to do a children's jigsaw puzzle, which they thought was really good because it said 4 to 6 years on the side of the box. So, yeah.
Alright mate, now I'm 100% certain you're talking about f***ing me.
When we slow down, simplified, and stripped everything back to the key elements such as camera and lens, you know, one light, and of course, the thing everyone forgets about, sound.
Honestly, I can't stress this enough. It was a mistake I used to make all the time in the beginning, not capturing good sound. So unless you plan on going to every screening of your film just so you can explain what the fuck is going on, I'd highly recommend capturing decent audio.
Yeah, mate, I can't really hear what he's saying. Yeah, so what it is at this bit is when the captain of the Titanic realises that there's a bomb on the boat, and if he doesn't keep it a certain speed, yeah, the boat is going to explode. Yeah, wow, yeah, that makes so much more sense now that you've told me what he's saying, and I can understand what's, you know, going on with the film. Yeah, great. Great film, just saying that we can't hear what's going on in that.
Anyway, what I'm saying is when you simplify the equipment down to the essentials and limit your options, it just means you're free to focus on what really matters, telling your story and executing your creative vision.
Now, of course, stripping everything back does come with some compromises, you know. If you haven't brought a drone, then you can't have a drone shot in your short film. And you might be thinking, exactly mate, I want my film to still look good. Yeah, no worries. You know, no one wants to go out and make an ugly film, but some of the most beautiful shots in cinema were created with just a camera and a tripod. The tripod is a great example of where less can give you more. You know, more time to focus on the perfect composition, or more time to direct your actors and pay attention to their performance rather than, say, trying to perform the perfect gimbal move and missing your actor's bad performance and not realizing that fact until you're, you know, in the edit.
Oh shit.
For lighting interior shots, you might be thinking, but I need more light because, you know, more is more. And yeah, if you're planning on filming a cathedral and you want every inch of that place perfectly lit, then yeah, you're gonna need more than one light. But just having one light can still give you decent results, just on a smaller scale. My last video I shot, all the interiors were shot with just one light. And it meant I could spend more time on playing both characters and dialing in those performances. Yeah, this is something I'd recommend doing on the regular, playing the main character in your own short film. Because directing yourself in your own head and then acting, it just sends you into a bit of a spiral and makes you go a little bit, you know, like, whoa, fucking Joseph Bananas. And for the rest of you sane people, you know, slow down, simplify, so you can fully execute your beautiful creative potential and still achieve those cinematic visuals with less shit. And if you want to see that theory put to the test, then I highly recommend that you watch the video that I mentioned earlier, which I made using the basics, bar a couple of gimbal shots here and there. But more importantly, I think you'll agree that I put the story first.